My name is Dr. Wafa Hosian, and I'm going to be talking to you today about a very important aspect of school business administrating, understanding risk management in public schools here in the United States of America. I'm using a book written by Guthrie et al. Named Modern School Business Administration for this PowerPoint presentation. First important component is that this presentation is intended to help you. You should contact your school district risk management offices and get their phone numbers and place them on your desk or in your office if you are responsible in any shape, way, or form for any aspect of risk management. Most school districts even have a risk management website that you can refer to if you're not sure. The objectives for this presentation are to present the idea of a comprehensive risk management program for schools. In short, to achieve a proper balance involves more than the decision to simply buy insurance. What is risk management? Risk management is a defined set of coordinated activities to direct and control an organization with regard to risk. Risk management allows an organization to identify risk mitigation strategies so the organization can achieve its goals. One way to take a look at risk is to understand, for example, a multi-vehicle accident. So we take a look at the financial loss of the risk, which is really important, the health and safety risk if there is injury or loss of life, property damage, for example, what is the surrounding environment? Are the vehicles damaged? Then we take a closer look at if the brake fails or the accelerator is stuck. This is called mechanical risk. Weather risk, was it raining outside? Were there icy conditions on the bridge? Was there flooding? And then, of course, the human error risk, which involves driver inattention or distraction. Were you texting while you got into this car accident or not? Cross-functional and emerging views or risks are, first and foremost, there's a legal component, civil, criminal, and other aspects of legalization, financial, fuel, interest, insurance, and financing. Then there's the business and strategic aspects of risk, the brand and the reputation and the service and what alliances your school district has. The operational component, technology, e-commerce. Safety is a huge issue, and security, okay, as far as the environment is concerned. An audit is important, and it's ever ongoing. And then the challenge remains is to address cross-functional and forward-looking risks. Risk management is committed to minimizing or eliminating risks that endanger the safety and well-being of a school district's students, staff, property, and financial resources. Risk exposures. Risk exposures are identified, measured, and analyzed. Then appropriate treatments are implemented, treated, and possibly modified. Getting started. Risk involves variability in a series of possible outcomes that can occur in a specific situation. Risk management is the acceptance of responsibility for recognizing, identifying, and controlling the exposures to financial loss, legal action, or personal injury. Risk and the role of the school business administrator. Risk management is a coordinated effort to protect an organization's human, physical, and financial assets. There are important key steps to risk management. You identify the risk, you analyze it, you explain loss of control, you isolate areas of risk in programs and facilities, and then you appraise the costs. How much risk is the district willing to accept? You must weigh the costs of protection against the cost of replacement. Property insurance is important, and in some cases, it's an issue with property. Important components of an aggressive risk management program is identification and measurement, coupled with accurate, regular data collection and the means of processing, reviewing the plan, and actually predicting an effective program. Risk management issues or loss of control. This is designed to uncover potential areas of loss and to suggest ways to fix them or reduce the possibility of loss. Risk transfer is the process of finding an entity to assume the burden of liability. This involves the proper execution of a contract or a lease agreement, and then the verification that the documents provide the protection that the district requires. That means all those certificates of insurability are available on site in the school buildings. The strategic role of insurance, this is the most popular method of risk management, is a promise by an insurer to an insured of protected service. Who is the insurer? This is the person or organization making the promise. The insured is the person or organization subject to loss to whom the promise is made. Changing the context of insurance. Districts must cover situations including sexual misconduct, wrongful termination, lawsuits by parents, school shootings, natural disasters as well. Conditions that make a risk insurable: a definite loss not under the control of the insured, large numbers of homogeneous exposures subject to the same peril, loss must be calculable and cost must be economically feasible. Loss, when it occurs, must be financially serious, eliminating risk exposure, avoidance, reduction, assumption, and transfer. Types of insurance are property, liability, which also covers the legal costs for districts under fire by parents of special education students. Context of buying insurance today are rate hikes, shrinking available coverage. These are all really important aspects, and the carriers are highly selective. The complexities of risk management is criminal, violation of civil rights, inappropriate personnel conduct, and tort liability. Negligence. Any action falling below a certain standard that results in an injury to another person. There are 4 elements here. A duty must be owed. Failure to perform this duty. Close connection between the failure and the injury must exist. And then the actual loss or the damage must result. Structure of the insurance contract, 5 important components: declarations, insuring agreements, exclusions, conditions, and endorsements. You got to read the insurance contract thoroughly and understand it. If you do not understand it, you have to pick up the phone and call the insurance contractor to explain whatever it is that you don't understand. Because most likely, if you don't understand it, it's an issue. Types of insurance options. There is property coverage for buildings and their contents, value determined by original cost, values influenced by local situations. So who writes school property insurance? Usually stock companies, mutual companies, state insurance. And then there's the self-insurance. If you go at it alone and retain the risk of loss within their own budgets. Self-insurance considerations, the magnitude, you have to have comparability of the value of the buildings, transition from commercial to self-coverage, the ability to maintain the fund to provide adequate protection. Who writes school property insurance? Usually what's important is that it benefits the group purchase. So overall, there should be a rate deduction if you purchase it as a group. There's speedy process of claims, there's adjustment, there's a review of the program by an external agency. Actually, each state suggests, there's a school board organization in each state in the United States that actually suggests what insurance company to go by and which one they are used to working with. For example, California has insurers that work with schools and that insure schools directly. So the State Department of Education in California and in Texas and in New York have an ongoing list. You need to use those insurers. Emerging options for insurers are insurance boards. 1/2 of the premium to the insurance board for civic activities is really important. And then the provision of funds for civic programs. Liability insurance is not an accident policy. School boards must carry this insurance in their risk management program. Schools now offer student accident insurance plans for parents to purchase. Liability issues are sexual harassment, volunteers, and of course, children. New types of insurance are burglary, theft, machinery, and now we have school bullying. Employee insurance, there's workers' compensation, medical insurance, and of course, unemployment insurance. And the school district is responsible for all these aspects of insurance. Capital market approach, you stabilize the cost of risk financing, you stabilize the availability of coverage, you provide control over the district's destiny. What's important as far as personnel is concerned is the negotiated contracts, the vehicle insurance, and OSHA issues. Let's take a look at what risk management is really. It is strategic. That means that we even look at Central Michigan University. We look at the campuses that we have abroad and in other states as well. So you have to understand where your school campuses are and where operations actually happen. Marketing, as far as the university is concerned, the rise of online degrees. And we have this in states now because Michigan even has a virtual academy. So does the state of Florida and many other states. Political, who are the partnerships with it? Your school district's compliance, data breaches are really important. And as far as health and safety is concerned, infectious diseases, operations, all these different aspects of operations are really important. Security, okay? And then there's cyber risks and attacks. We're constantly updating our virus software. Environmental, yes, we still have asbestos in our buildings because our buildings are very old, natural disasters, and of course, we have rodents in buildings as well. Financial aspect is currency inflation. Cash management is a huge issue in public schools as well. So all these different facets are included in risk management. So what are the principles of risk management? It creates and protects value. Risk management is an integral part of schools. It is a part of decision making that you have to be aware of. It takes human and cultural factors into account. It is systematic, structured, and timely. This is important because it runs on a calendar basis. It's based on the best available information, and it's got to be transparent and inclusive, people. Why? Because everyone needs to know what is at risk and what is being insured. It facilitates continual improvement of the organization. That means you're reviewing your risk management plans on an annual basis. So, there's a risk management issue. Who do you call? Self-insurance, liability, risk assessments, parental authorization, field trips, water-related activities. The other day, it was raining really hard, and the building that I was in, the ceiling actually ruptured, and the water started seeping all over the place in the main hallway where the students come in and exit. So this is important. Right away, you get on the phone and you call your school district's risk management office. They will advise you as to what to do next and provide support. Summary: risk is used to describe any situation in the future that is unknown or highly uncertain. School business administrators must construct a risk management program that balances protection with risk of culpability. Thank you for listening and understanding risk management in public schools. Again, the majority of this information was taken from Guthrie et al. Modern School Business Administration text. Email me if you have any questions.